Hi guys, what's up? Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the class. Hi guys, wow, how are you? How are you? How are you guys? Am I audible, visible? Can somebody confirm? Check, check, check. Hello, hello, hello. Hi Lakshman, what's up? How are you guys? Hi Khushi, good evening, good evening. So we are towards our last session for our attempt. Last session, last lecture, last revision video. I hope you had a good time and you remember the content. That's more important. So please open your notes of shares. Very simple chapter. Guys, very simple chapter. Please open your notes so that we can start with the session. Share capital and debentures. Okay. So before we progress, okay, let's quickly have a recap of whatever content we have done. Can somebody tell me when we talk about General Clauses Act, what is the year for GCA? Guys, what is the year for GCA? What is the year for GCA, guys? So GCA का year is 1897. Very good. FEMA का year. FEMA का year. What is the year for FEMA? 1999. Very good. When we talk about LLP Act में when we talk about resident, that two partners out of which one should be resident in India, that resident का days are how much? Days for residential status in LLP. I'm talking about LLP, हाँ LLP. LLP का days. Tell me. $120 days. Very good. Ashwini, you were wrong. Everybody other is right. What is 120 days? Correct. When we talk about quorum, for a private company, guys, what is the quorum? For a private company, what is a quorum? For a private company, what is a quorum? So private communicate is 2 or AWA. I was looking for that AWA, whichever is higher. Whichever is higher. Whichever is higher. Whichever is higher. Okay. Then when we talk about quorum only, for quorum, how much time we have to see for quorum? For quorum, how much time we have to see? To check the quorum, how much time we have to see? Half an hour or 30 minutes. Correct. Half an hour or 30 minutes. Perfect. Then when we talk about फॉरेन कंपनी में पेनल्टी का सेक्शन नंबर, फॉरेन कंपनी में पेनल्टी का सेक्शन नंबर गाइस. Foreign company penalty section number. $392. Shashank is correct. 392. 392. In case you are guilty for fraud, you will be liable under which section? In case you are guilty for fraud, you will be liable under which section, guys? You will be liable under which section? Very good. 447. So you are remembering the content. That's very good. We have done May 25 ka RTP, guys. We have done Jan 25 ka paper well revising. Okay, you remember the content. Quickly, let's do shares ka chapter. Few content. You have to do it on your own. I'll tell you what is to be done in the class and what you'll do it on your own. Okay, quickly. So we start with shares ka chapter, sir. So shares is basically a unit which a person buys and he becomes a member in a company. Shares are of two kinds, equity shares and preference shares. Can a company have only preference shares? The answer is no. A company cannot have only preference shares. Can a company have equity per preference? Yes. Preference plus equity? Yes. Only equity? Yes. Only preference? No, sir. No. Okay. Preference share capital will carry a preference with regards to payment of dividend and repayment of capital at the time of winding up. So payment of dividend, repayment of capital at the time of winding up. Sir, what is a stock? A bundle of shares. Bundle of shares is called as a stock. All these are definition not required. Then conditions to issue equity share with differential rights. DVR. Equity share with differential rights. Sir, it should be authorized by AUA. Okay. Then voting power of shares with differential rights shall not be more than 74%. That means maximum you can offer in public how much? Maximum how much you can offer, sir? 74%, 26% should be with you of the total voting power. Such issue should be authorized by an OR. Such issue should be authorized by OR in the general meeting. If the shares are listed on recognized stock exchange, if the equity shares are listed on recognized stock exchange, you will take postal ballot. However, still you will take OR only, but it has to be done through postal ballot. Then, however, company has not defaulted in payment of dividend, repayment of deposits or interest, redemption of preference shares, redemption of debenture at interest, or repayment of dividend shares, or repayment of any loan or statutory dues of employees, or default in crediting the money to IPF. That means there should be no default. There should be no default. Company has not defaulted in filing FS or annual return for the 3 financial years. Company has not defaulted and not been penalized by the RBI, SEBI, SECRAFM or any other special act. Then only they can offer shares with differential rights. You just need to remember OR and you need to remember how much you can offer, maximum 74%. Shares with differential right can be maximum 74% because 26% should be with us, because that will carry double voting rights in case of any OR is required, because all the transactions are done via OR only. Majority important transactions are done via OR only. So you have to pass that 26% will carry double vote, that is 52%. Okay, important answer, please mark in your notes. Then certificate of shares in the chart book, it's RTP, we have also not written. Voting rights, just for your knowledge, if I have one share, it is one vote. Guys, if I have 100 shares, how many vote I will have? How many vote I will have? Can you tell me? Sir, one vote only. It is one member, one vote. It is one member, one vote. It is one member, one vote. One member, one vote. One member, one vote. Okay. Then in the book we have done preference share capital. So generally preference shareholders cannot vote. Cannot vote. Okay. But if their rights are affected, on that resolution they can vote. So where the rights are affected? So in case if you are not paying them dividend or you are repaying the capital, so they can vote. However, if the dividend is not paid for, how many years? 2 years, not paid for 2 years, then they have a right to vote. Then they have a right to vote on all the resolution. Remember this. Generally, preferential holder will have no right to vote. However, if they have their rights are affected on that resolution, they can vote. Okay, but if they have not paid dividend for minimum 2 years, then they have a right to vote on all the resolutions. Okay. Then section 48, variation of shareholders right. Very important. Variation of shareholders right. This I think we have discussed the question in the class also. So I will do it this from the notes itself. One second. See what it says. One second. Huh? So procedure for variation of rights, section number is 48. What it says? So when the share capital of the company is divided into different classes, the rights attached to it can be varied. That means it can be changed provided it is approved by SRE in general meeting, that is basically in number, or 3/4 in value. 3/4 in value, that is basically in value. Okay. Such variation should be mentioned in MOA and OWA. Then if the variation by one class of shareholders affects the right of the other class of shareholders, then the consent of members holding 3/4 of that class will also be obtained. So, we will obtain the consent of member holding 3/4 of that particular class. Number 2, if minimum 10% of issued class of shares are not in favor of variation, how many people? Minimum 10% of that class. They can apply to the tribunal for getting the variation cancelled. Then the tribunal, if they have applied, the variation will not be effective unless it is approved by the tribunal. How many people can object? Minimum 10%. They have to go to tribunal. Minimum 10% people. There was a question on this. Such application to the tribunal shall be made within 21 days of passing the resolution for variation. Such application to the tribunal shall be made within 21 days of passing the resolution for variation. This also was there in the question. The decision of the tribunal shall be binding on all the shareholders. Company should file a copy of the tribunal with ROC within 30 days. If section is contrary, there is a penalty. You can directly say there is a penalty. Okay, skip the penalty. Just remember SR in number or 3/4 in value. How many people can go to tribunal? Minimum 10% of that particular class, and they have to go within 21 days from the passing of the resolution. Very important answer. Section 48. Cool. Then 49, 50, 51. 49, 50, 51. Now, where any calls for further share capital made on the shares of a class, such calls shall be made on the uniform basis on all the shares falling under that particular class. Like for example, I am saying everybody I have called. So everybody is paying the money. Okay, 2 rupees I have called. So everybody paid me 2 rupees. Now I am calling Govind Swami. Govind Swami is not paying only. So I told to Govind Swami, when I am making the next call, I am making a specific call only to Govind Swami, not to others. Can a company, imagine the face value of 10 rupees only, so everybody is of the same class. Can a company force one member just to pay all the calls and they have not called to others? They have not made a call to others. Yes or no? Tell me guys. Can a company specifically call one particular holder and not to others? No sir. You have to make to the call to all the holders of that particular class. That is section 49. Sir, 50. Calls in advance. Okay. Now imagine Shashank is a very rich boy. Shashank says, sir, why are you calling me again? You take that money with me. So you take all the full money. So company have not called, but he has paid me in advance. It is called calls in advance. Sir, will he get interest on that amount? Yes. Maximum 12% per annum. So is the amount refundable? No. Amount once paid, it cannot be refunded. But can it be adjusted? Yes. In the future, it can be adjusted. Can the dividend be paid? No, sir. Unless the amount paid becomes payable. Unless the company has called, the dividend can't be paid on that amount. Sir, will he get any priority? Yes, he will get a priority to the extent of calls in advance. He will pay it in priority to as compared to the other equity shareholders. Imagine he has paid 2 rupees with everybody of you. So for 2 rupees, he will be standing with you only, with everybody. But he has paid 3 rupees as calls in advance. So that 3 rupees will be paid him in the priority. Then again he will go back with you guys, and that 2 rupees he will be getting, because that was paid as a shareholder. Advance का money he will get in priority, calls in advance. 51. So dividend can be paid in face value or nominal value, or paid up value if it is authorized by articles. Dividend can be paid on face value or nominal value, or paid up value if it is authorized by articles. Where it is written? Section number 51. So 49, 50, 51 are simple answers, MCQ purpose. I think there's a question also, we'll do that later on. Now 52. So section 52 says securities premium. Section 52 is securities premium. So sec premium can be used for only 5 purposes. RP is BB. So premium on redemption of preferential and debentures, writing of premium expenses, writing of share and debenture issue expenses, bonus shares and buyback shares. Sec premium can't be used for any other purposes. If you have used, you have contravened section 52. Sir, 53. Discount issue. Company cannot issue shares at discount. If you have issued, the allotment is void. Okay, there is a penalty. How much is the penalty, sir? Amount raised to discount issue, or rupees 5 lakh, whichever is less. Rupees 5 lakh, which is less, plus you have to refund the money along with 12% interest per annum from the date of issue of shares. From the date of issue of shares. Sir, there are 2 exceptions. Company can issue sweat equity shares at discount, or they can issue shares at discount to the creditors as per the corporate debt restructuring scheme approved by the RBI. As per the corporate debt restructuring scheme approved by RBI. 53. Sir, 54. 54 talks about the sweat equity shares. Sir, what is the code? Remember the code. The code was sweat. Shares should be of same class already issued. When? Anytime. E. Employee and director ka details should be mentioned in the resolution. S. It should be authorized by SR. T. Terms and conditions. If it's a listed company, SEBI ka guidelines. If it's an unlisted company, CG ka guidelines. Okay. How much sweat equity, sir, you can issue? So you can issue sweat equity maximum 15% of the paid up capital rupees 5 crore, whichever is higher in a year. Okay, cumulatively 25%. But if you're a startup company, maximum 50%, and that too up to for 10 years. Sir, how much is the lock-in period? 3 years is the lock-in period. Section number 54, sweat equity share. 52, 53, 54, out of these 3, 1 will be there in the exam. 55, sir, 55 redemption of preference shares, you can redeem the preference shares. Okay. Now, imagine if you have no money to redeem, or you have not paid the dividend. What we can do? We can club that together, and we will issue that much worth ka shares. We can issue that much worth ka shares. Guys, if you have issued that much worth ka shares, imagine I was supposed to pay you 1 lakh rupee towards redemption of preference shares and 10,000 towards your dividend. So total it is 1,10,000. So I am supposed to pay you 1,10,000. I don't have money. So what did the company do? Company gave this much worth ka new shares. Can we assume that the preference shares are redeemed? We did not give the money, we gave the preference shares. Can we assume that the preference shares are redeemed, guys? Tell me. Yes, it will be assumed that the preference shares are redeemed. One second, I'll show you where it is written. Here. In this way, the unredeemed preference shares shall be deemed to have been redeemed. We will assume that it has been redeemed. Page number is 80 in the book. Okay. Provided it is approved by the 3/4 of the unredeemed preference shares holders. If the 3/4 of the members and the tribunal give the approval, then we will assume that we are not giving money, we are giving that much worth of share. It is assumed that it is redeemed. Okay. Then 56, transfer and transmission of shares. If I am selling the shares, it is called as transfer. Father dies, the share comes to the holder, it is called as transmission. It's RTP. Then refusal of registration and appeal. This I have done. If through a chart in the notes you can see. Sir, refusal to transfer. Generally in a private company they can't refuse. Okay. If they have refused it, they need to give the notice of refusal within 30 days along with the reason. Then the holder, the transferee, basically he has a right to appeal within 30 days from the date in case the notice is received. So the notice is not received, then within 60 days from the date of the submission of the transfer deed. Okay. Now, in case of a public company, they can't refuse without any sufficient cause. They need to intimate within 30 days that we have refused it. Now, if they have refused it, you have a power to go to tribunal within how many days? Within 60 days from the date you have received the notice. In case if you have not received the notice, then within 90 days from the date you have given the transfer deed. So, it is basically 30 and 30 only. So, you have count 30, 60 basically, 60 with that 30 is included. Here it is 60 and 90. Basically, it is 60 and 30, 60 only. You understood this 30, 30? Reason to go to appeal for tribunal, it is 30 days only. Here they are writing 60 days because they are including this 30 days. Here in case of public company, you can go to tribunal within 60 days. This 90 days include this 30 days also. Okay. Now, if the tribunal can accept it or reject it also, if they have accepted it, company you have to transfer within 10 days. Rectification of register you have to do, pay damages to the person who have suffered the loss. So, then the company needs to register within 10 days. MCQ. Then 61. Power of the company to alter the capital clause. The capital clause can be altered. We have discussed this when we were doing incorporation chapter. I think day before only we have done that incorporation. Sir, consolidation, subdivision, fresh issue, then conversion of shares into stock and vice versa, and cancellation of unsubscribed share capital. If somebody have rejected it, we will cancel it. Which resolution is required to alter the capital clause? Section 61. Which resolution is required, guys? Which resolution? Anybody? To alter capital clause? Very good Ashwani, very good Stephen, very good Pooja. Over. Sir, 62. Two number is my right issue. So whenever company goes for a subsequent issue, they have to offer first to existing shareholders. It is called as right issue. Sir, right, is it mandatory to accept them? No, sir, they can reject it also. So the company you have to give days. How many days? Minimum 50 days, maximum 30 days. Minimum 15 days, maximum 30 days. They need to decide whether they will accept it or reject it. Okay. Assume they have not replied. 30 days are over. 30 days are over. What will we assume? Accepted or rejected? What will we assume? It is accepted or rejected, guys? What we will assume? It is accepted or rejected? So it is rejected. So that right they can sell it to somebody. The right of preemption, pre-existing or right issue, they can sell it to any other shareholder. Any other person. It is called as right of renunciation. It is called right to renounce. Okay. Now, if SR is passed, they can go directly to outsiders. If OR is passed and they have taken approval from SECI, you can go to outsiders. Sir, if the shares are converted into, the debentures are converted into shares, you can go. Okay, this right is given only for preference shareholders. This right is given only for preference shareholders, not to, this right is given only to equity shareholders, not to preference shareholders. Okay, and in case, one second, reissue shares are there, reissue share is there. Can the company go directly to outsider or they should first offer to existing shareholders? Can the company go to the existing shareholders or they should first offer to existing shareholders in case of reissue of forfeited shares? In case of reissue of forfeited shares, tell me. This page is cancelled. No, sir, you can go directly. Law is very much clear. You can go directly to outside. Law is very much clear. In case you are coming up a fresh issue, then you have to offer to existing shareholder. In case of reissue you can directly offer to outsiders. Sir, where it is written? If you have ever studied from the book, you will know. Issue can be outsider or offer to outsider if it is SR is passed by shareholder, OR is passed and you have taken sanction from CG, offer is declined by the shareholder, then you can offer directly to outsiders, conversion of debentures into stock and conversion of debenture into shares or reissue of forfeited shares. You can go directly to outside. You don't have to give it to existing. Everybody was wrong here. Stephen was right. Sir, bonus shares. Sir, bonus shares should be authorized by OR. Which resolution is required, sir? OR is required. Which resolution is required? OR. So there should be no default of the company towards employee ka due, bank ka due, government ka due. Sir, money will come from, one is CRR. One is CRR. Number 2, free reserves. Number 2, free reserve. Number 3, securities premium. Securities premium, free reserve and CRR. Can it be given to partly paid up shares? No. The shares should be fully converted into fully paid up shares it has to be. So the fresh issue has to be fully paid up. The existing also should be fully paid up. Will the company get any money here? No, sir. The company was supposed to pay you dividend. They are not paying you dividend. They are saying you take bonus shares. Or company was supposed to give you bonus shares. They are saying forget bonus share, take utne worth ka dividend. Sir, not allowed. Dividend cannot be paid in lieu of bonus shares. Both are separate thing. Both are separate thing. Section number 63. All the questions in the RTP are from this only. It should be authorized by OA also. All the questions are here. All the questions from MCQ are on 63. 64 is notice to ROC, time pass section. Reduction in share capital is RTP. Come to 67, 68, 69, 70. 4 sections direct back to back. 67, 68, 69, 70. Reduction of share capital, just do it directly from the notes. Just remember the theory. Reduction of share capital, okay? 67, sir. 67, purchase of own shares. This I think came in the exam. Sir, no company can buy its own shares or give loan guarantee security to any person for buying shares in its company, in the same company or in the holding company. I can't give money to any person to buy the shares in my company. You buy from your money. But I was having a problem. I am coming with an issue. But I have a problem that Elon Musk will buy my company. He will take over my company. So I am just very much scared. So I tell to the director, you buy my shares. So director can't buy. Acha, KMP, you buy the shares. He can't buy. Who will help me? Employee will help me. Sir, employee says, but I don't have money. So company will give him money. How much money? Sir, maximum 6 months ka salary. Maximum 6 months ka salary. However, company can give loan for buying shares in it, in the same company or in the holding company, provided all the 3 conditions are fulfilled. Number 2. Number first condition, it is given to the employees other than director KMP. Number 2, amount is maximum 6 months ka salary. And the amount should be used to purchase fully paid up shares. Money should be given to the employee. Number 2, 6 months ka salary. Number 3, for fully paid up shares in the same company or in the holding company. The company will give the money to its employee to buy the share in its company or in the holding company. In its company or in the holding company to its employee. 3 conditions, only to employee, 6 months ka salary and fully paid up share should be there. The shares, will he have any right? No. So he will hold the shares in the capacity of beneficial owner. He will hold the shares on the capacity of beneficial owner. Okay. This is section 67. 68, buyback. So buyback is everybody ka favorite because you must have done this. One second. Huh? Yeah. 68. Company can buy back fully paid up equity share capital. If it's a partly paid, you have to convert to fully paid up. Sir, how much percent you can buy back? Maximum 25%. Maximum 25% of paid up equity share capital. Sir, which resolution is required? SR is required. Which resolution? SR is required. However, the buyback is up to 10%. You just require BR. Okay. Sir, where will the money come from? Fresh issue, free reserve, securities premium. Sir, debt equity ratio should be 2:1. Pre-buyback, post-buyback. Debt equity ratio should be 2:1. Sir, the entire buyback should be completed within 12 months. You want to issue same shares. Arey boss, you have bought back 10 rupee ka. Now you want to issue again 10 rupee ka. Sir, not allowed. For how many months? 6 months. How many months? 6 months. Company can buy back maximum 25% of equity share capital. Only fully paid up shares can be bought back. SR is required for the buyback. However, the buyback is up to 10%, then BR is required. Money will come from free reserve, sec premium and proceeds of fresh issue. Buyback should be authorized by AWA. Entire buyback should be completed within 12 months of passing SR or BR, whatever the resolution is there. Then, the company is prohibited from issuing same class of shares for the next 6 months. You can't issue for the next 6 months. Then, post buyback, the debt equity ratio should be 2:1. Then, 69 CRR. If the company buy back the shares out of free reserve, security premium or amount equal to the nominal value of share should be transferred to CRR. The money in the CRA can be used only for one purpose, that is issuing fully paid up bonus shares. 67 purchase of own shares, 68 buyback, 69 CRR, 70 prohibition buyback. It can come in your audit paper also. Sorry, following is a prohibition for buyback. Number 1, through any subsidiary company including its own subsidiary. Through any subsidiary company including its own subsidiary. Through investment or group of investment company, you can't buy back. So if the company has default, repayment of deposit, redemption of debentures, preference shares, payment of dividend, repayment of loan or interest, you can't buy back. But sir, if you want to buy back, you rectify the default, and from that 3 years should have passed. Sir, the prohibition is left if the company has rectified the default and the period of 3 years. 3 years will be counted from the date of default, from the date of rectification of the default, from the date of rectification of the default. Sir, fourth point, company has default in filing annual return or payment of dividend or failure to distribute dividend 127 or FS 129. If you've done something wrong with RC, you still can't buy back. You still can't buy back. 4 points are there, MCQ point, descriptive point, 4 mark ka answer. Sir, for buyback, how much is the penalty? If you contravene 68, 69, 70, how much is the penalty? 1 to 3, 1 to 3. Company 1 to 3, officer 1 to 3, 1 to 3. Section 71 is debenture. So debenture also read. So section 66 and 71 you just have to read from the notes. Completed. Buyback, bonus issue, redemption of preference shares, sweat equity, discount issue, securities payment, like 51 to 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 62, 63, 68. I repeat, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 62, 63, 62, 63, 68, 69, 70. All these are important section of this chapter. How was it, guys? Uday Kiran, you must have written the notes in the class itself, and I had already shared it. How was it, guys? Let's do the RTP. One and two pending. 1. So and so company closed its ROM for 12 days in connection with the issue of bonus share to the holders. You are required to choose the correct option. The max time limit for which the ROM can be closed at any one time. At any one time they are asking. At any one time. You know it. "45 days, 20 days, 30 days, 60 days. Choose the answer. Okay, Uday, I will share it. You please tag me because you are in which group, I don't know. You tag me, please share shares ka notes, I'll share. Answer. Ashwini Hitu Vlogs is wrong. Kushi, you are wrong. First one is C. It is 30 days at any one time and cumulative it is 45 days. Yesterday we did 45 wala question. Breaking points declared issue of bonus in the ratio 1:2 to its shareholders. Okay. Which of the following resources breaking point was not permitted to capitalize for issue of bonus shares? You are required to choose a correct option. Not permitted. Not permitted. They are not permitted to use credit or free reserves. They are not permitted to use securities premium. Revaluation of asset. CRR. What time pass question? Full time pass question. Full time pass. Bonus shares के लिए you can't use what money? Done. Fourth. Breaking point issued bonus shares in the ratio 1:2, which of the following is true regarding the issue of bonus shares? True. Fourth का answer. It must be authorized by AUA. Logical it is. Board का approval is required. There is no money. I just discussed with you guys. Bonus shares are priced at a lower price. So it is given for free. 5 is done, 6 is done, 7 is done, 8 is done, 9 is done, 10 is done. 11, 12, 13 is done, 14 is done, 15 is done, 16 is done, 17, 18 is done, 19 is interpretation of statute, 20 is done. Full RTP done. Full RTP done. Let's check the answer for MCQ. 1 का C, 2 का C, 4 का A. 1 का C, 2 का C, 4 का A. Full RTP finished. Nothing comes from my book. But still you are able to answer. You know that? God will punish that student or students who are spreading rumors here and there. If you also take efforts, I'm teaching you guys for free. Still they don't value it. Value the notes. People who value, they will clear. Who don't want to study, they will spread rumor here and there. God is watching them. Ninth question. If your concept is clear, you can answer. Yogesh, one of the shareholders, deposit in advance the remaining amount due on his shares. Advance. Without any calls made by the company. Company declare the dividend. Answer. We just discussed it. Ninth. Nine का A. Let's check the answer. All questions are done. 9 ka is A, 9 ka is A, 9 ka is A. All right. Nothing come from the book. Now here I am giving you one trick. When we did MCQs from the RTP itself, there were 10 questions. From the Jan 25 suggested 15 questions. It's a case-based question. We did not read the case. This is a trick. Yeah, if some data is given, obviously you have to read it. But out of 15 questions, 12 mein you don't need to read the case also. You can directly answer. I am solving Jan 25 ka paper. Jan 25. Like for example, if you see, forget what is the story. The possible suggestion that can be given by the legal team regarding investment 260 by Tony in Rakesh farmhouse project. Farmhouse project mein 260 you want to do. Farmhouse. So here, Rishikesh, Tony, you need to understand who's Tony basically. If he's a pro, he can't do it. So for that, you need to read the little story. Like for dividend ka question we just did. You don't need to read the story. General clause, you don't need to read the story. So don't waste time. I'm just saying don't waste that so much time on that story. Understand the question what it is. Very easy MCQs, okay? 1A we have done, 1B, 1C we have done. Then 2A was pending, okay? Rest everything is done. I'll show you. 2B is done. 2C is done. 3A is done. 3B is done. 3C is interpretation of statutes. Old question. Then 4A is done. 4B is done. 4C interpretation of statutes. 5ABC is done. 6 yesterday we did. 6ABC is done. 6ABC we just did yesterday. Everything is done except one question. 2A. Understand. Silk Segment Private Limited is a wholly owned subsidiary of Silk Block Limited, a listed public company. The board directors of Silk Segment Private have collectively decided upon the proposal to grant loan of 15 lakh to 20 lakh to Mr. Suvan and Subarna to respectively purchase fully paid up shares in the Silk Segment Private Limited. 1 second. SBL is a public company. Silk Segment Private Limited. This is a wholly owned subsidiary. The board of this company have decided to give loan. So this company is giving loan. Sohan, Subarna, 15 lakh, 20 lakh to buy shares in this company. To buy shares in this company. But who are these people? Sohan is the deputy manager with a salary of 1 lakh. Subarna is a CFO. Salary of 2 lakh. Salary of 2 lakh. Whether the loan to Sohan as well as Subarna can be disbursed as a company, keeping in view Silk Segment is a private limited company. Tell me. Answer. Section number 67. Very good, Ashwini. Very good. You have identified the content. Answer. Yes or no? Sir, number one, you can't give it to CFO. CFO is basically KMP. So it is not allowed. So you can give it to employee, but maximum 6 months ka salary only you can give. Here the salary was 1 lakh, so you can give 6 lakh. Here you have given 10 lakhs. So you have given 15 lakhs. So it is in contravention. So you can't give. So both ko you can't give. No, Ashwini, they are not KMP. Both are not. They are deputy marketing manager and employee. KMP because CEO, CFO. Deputy marketing manager is employee. So 6 months ka salary you can give. KMP ko you can't give. Correct? But what is this thing? Silk Segment is a whole and so why these mad people are given this? Why this story is given? That wholly owned subsidiary. Why this story is given, guys? Can anybody? Any idea? Anybody? Any idea why that story is given? Wholly owned subsidiary wala concept. Why it is given here? Because there is an exemption that if it is a wholly owned subsidiary, it should not be a holding company or a subsidiary company, or if they have taken a loan, the loan should be less than twice of the paid up capital of 50 lakh rupees, which is less, and there should be no default existing for such loan. No default for existing for such loan. No default existing for such loan. Then section 67 is not applicable to them. Then section 67 is not applicable to them. That means they can offer shares. Section 67 not apply to a private company in whose share can no other body corporate has invested any money. If borrowings of such companies less than twice of the paid up capital of 50 crores, I said 50 lakh, 50 crore, which is less, and no default for such loan. That means then they can give it. But in this case, sir, benefit is not applicable. Na? Benefit is not applicable. Because first condition is contraband. Benefit is not applicable. Understood? Second, sir, whether the answer would be different in case only 25% shares are held by SBL? Still the answer is remaining same. Still the answer would be same because there should be no holding. No, nothing should be held by any body corporate. Nothing should be held by any body corporate. Nothing should be held by any body corporate. Let's read the answer. So Suvan is a deputy manager. You can give him 6 months ka salary, that is 6 lakh rupees. The proposal to grant 15 lakh is not valid. Sir, KMP hai wo to, sir, it is not valid. Sir, 67 shall not apply to a private company in which no body corporate is invested. Even if the 25% are there, the latter would not be termed as subsidiary of the former, hence would not be a deemed public company. It will still be regarded as a private company. It will not fall. One second. It will not fall in the exemption ka list. It will not fall in the exemption ka list. The answer would still remain the same. Understood, guys? Understood? Section 67 का question was asked. We have solved full Jan 25, we have solved May 25 का RTP, everything is over. Everything is done. Whatever the different questions were there, I had asked you to mark in the notes itself from RTP and MTP, I mean from the actual paper, that's it. Full law is revised. Interpretation, you have to do it on your own. Are you happy and contented now? Are you getting confidence that we can clear? Now, don't waste your time coming on YouTube or before the exam day. I had explained the logic in the class itself. If you want to watch my revision session, the team will be clubbing the chapters, first 6 chapters and the next 8 chapters. They will be clubbing and putting it on the YouTube as a marathon. So you can just download it and watch it again and again. I've given you the handwritten notes. Okay, study the notes. You saw the paper. We did it from the notes itself, entire paper. We did May 25 ka RTP also, Jan 25 ka paper also. Everything is done. So trust the notes, study it again and again. Your concept should be very much clear. 15 questions are there for MCQ. I want everybody to get 15 on 15 correct. Okay, just be calm, composed, trust yourself that you can write the paper. Okay, just trust it, you can do it. Understood? Cool. Bye bye guys, take care, enjoy, and aim for a rank or 70 plus, which is earlier. I'll be coming in July tentatively. Once I'm there, we'll have a party very soon, and very soon. Okay, very soon we'll have a party. Bye guys, take care, and I hope you get 70 plus or a rank. Work harder. Last I would say 1 month left for your exam, not even 1 month now. Just give your best shot. Look up to yourself, look up to your parents, your family. They have struggled a lot, and they have actually struggled a lot, guys. So you can actually work more harder for them, so that you can easily crack. You can easily crack and make them very proud. Come to CA final, start your articleship, start earning money, and become chartered accountant as soon as possible. Wherever you are, you're always in my prayers. If you have studied through me, I would always want every student of mine to clear, become CA as soon as possible. Wherever you are, even if you're not coming in CA finals with us, or you're doing somewhere else, or you shift to some other country, you under your few shift. Okay, so just remember me in the prayers. If you meet me anywhere in Bangalore or in some other city of any country, just recognize. Okay, recognize me. Handwritten notes I will share, chart notes I can't share. With all others concerned, will it be valid? No. Sweat equity shares are always issued at discount, Hitesh. Okay. Don't go here and there. Don't follow so many teachers, at least for my subject. Don't follow any other notes. Don't follow any other markings, any other book. See, it's your life, you're following, and you fall. I will not come to save you. You can buy the video lectures, regular, fast track. Thank you. You can buy it. But if you trust the notes, I have given my best. I have taught you with all the examples, all funny examples in the class. We did the revision also. To prove that whatever we have done, it is right. We have solved Jan ka paper, make a RTP, so that you yourself should get a confidence. Okay, if you trust the notes, follow one teacher, one book, you will get rank 20, 22, 46, 50. Last Jan ka people have got rank. You can also get a rank. People in May, people in September, people in the next Jan. Law is exactly same. Hardly there are any changes here and there. Just keep on revising from the notes. If you do the notes, you will clear. Okay. Bye bye guys. Take care. Enjoy. One last time. Aim for a rank or 70 plus, whichever is earlier. Bye bye.